If you still have the lid on in your life, here are some clues that's going to let you know that the lid is still on. If you're not excited about waking up in the morning, if you're sitting around bored out of your mind, if you got time to do everything anybody asks you to do, you probably got the lid on. If when you tell your dreams to all your friends, it makes sense to them, you got your lid on, man. Your dreams should not make sense to everybody. You got to say something that make people go, how you gonna do that? That's when you got the lid off. And if I were you, I'd do that. I'd take the lid off. Makes sense to me, don't it?
They're always going to get ready to get set to get going. What we've got to do is, boom, just like that, move into action.
Every time you remember your dream, you're removing some dirt. You're digging it back out. The true mark of a champion is even though some dirt gets thrown on your dream, instead of letting it get buried, you keep shaking it off. You keep moving forward. You keep looking for a new opportunity. You wouldn't be having that opposition if you didn't have something great in you. If your dream wasn't alive and on track, right on schedule to come to pass, you wouldn't have so many things coming against you. That dream is still alive. You may have tried a year ago, 5 years ago, or 40 years ago. Didn't work out. Nobody was there to help you. Go back and try again. This is your time. This is your moment. Your destiny is calling out to you. Can I tell you, your dream is not dead. It's just not in season. Your time is coming. Promotion is coming. Good breaks are coming. Promises you've been standing on. Dreams you've been praying about. Lack is not your destiny. Constantly struggling, barely getting by is not the end of your story. These light afflictions are for a moment. The adversity is temporary. The glory is eternal. Lord, I believe this is my year to get healthy and whole. This is my year to meet the people of my dreams. This is my year to go further in my career, to step into a new level of my destiny. This is my year to accomplish dreams, to break free from this depression. This is my year to meet the right people. This is my year to get healthy and whole. This is your year to see double. This is your year for vindication, for restoration, for new beginnings. Now get your mind going in the right direction.
Here's the secret. The people that do the most with their lives, the people that seem the most self-assured, the ones that seem to embody confidence, the ones that seem to define confidence, they're the ones that had to face down the most fear. They simply didn't linger in it.
Don't hate your competitors. Respect your competitors. Learn from him.
I had a very important person in my life come to me and say, who's your hero? And I said, I don't know, I gotta think about that. Give me a couple of weeks. I said, I thought about it. You know who it is? I said, it's me in 10 years. So I turned 25 10 years later. That same person comes to me and goes, so are you a hero? And I was like, not even close. He said, why? I said, because my hero is me at 35. So you see, every day, every week, every month, and every year of my life, my hero is always 10 years away. I'm never going to be a hero. I'm not going to attain that. I know I'm not. And that's just fine with me because that keeps me with somebody to keep on chasing.
That's the thing. Success and failure are generally slow processes. Either slowly building things up or gradually tearing them down. And that's why I say you've got to pay attention. You have to watch. You have to watch every single second.
Choose love, and don't ever let fear turn you against your playful heart.
I believe in manifestation. I believe in putting a rocket of desire out into the universe, and you get it when you believe it. You get it when you believe you have it, and that's the key.
So we want to get really sensitized, acutely sensitized, sensory acuity, to whether what we're doing is working or not. And by the way, sensory acuity is really the measure of a person's intelligence. What I mean by that is, how do we measure intelligence? Intelligence is a measure of the number and quality of distinctions you have in a given situation.
You can handle this. You just haven't figured it out yet. It's all right. This is your training period. This is the tuition you have to pay for what you don't know. You can do this. Other people have done it. It doesn't take an Einstein. Get you some people that can teach you some stuff that you don't know. Get you some people that have done it successfully and learn from them. Take some seminars, workshops, read some books on how to manage a business. Change the way you see yourself and begin to tend to the personal details. Understand that nobody's going to take care of your business better than you.
You will notice the most successful people in any field, they are usually the ones who have failed more than anybody else. You see the difference between a successful person and everyone else? It's not a lack of strength. It's not a lack of knowledge. It's a lack of will.
It's up to you in a world where we're taught to look outside for answers, for a job that will make us happy, for money that will make us happy. The answer is within. We already have it. We already have the answer, but will we unleash it? Will we give it? Will we own it? Will we truly reinvent ourselves to become the people that we're capable of becoming?
The bow too tightly strung is easily broken, says one of the proverbs. Balance is a gorgeous thing. So be monomaniacal in your execution around your high-value targets, your HVTs, your mission plan, but also build in some rewards. And that's going to send a gorgeous message to your conscious and your subconscious mind that, hey, this daily practice of execution around my deliverables is a beautiful thing. And you create this thing called momentum. And the monk who sold his Ferrari, I went back and I saw this recently. I think there's a whole chapter on momentum. And you become like this. I love skiing. You start off small, but as you go down the slope, you pick up momentum. A lot of people say, Robin, where do I start? I want to start a new business. I want to become a better artist. I want to find the love of my life. I want to be a world-class creative. I want to multiply my financial life. Where do I start? You just start. You just start. There's great power in the start. And when you start, life starts supporting you.
Well, God wants us all to be courageous because He knows we'll face times in life and situations and circumstances that it takes more than just a desire. It takes courage. Many people operate on the basis of fear, on the basis of what other people think. We as believers should operate on the basis of courage. Courage to say no when we ought to say no. Courage to say yes when we should say yes. So what kind of courage do you have? Is yours sort of floating between depending on the situation? Or do you know the difference between right and wrong for your life? And you've made up your mind.
Good January 9th, everybody. If you are watching on Facebook or if you're watching on YouTube, comment in the chat so I know you're here. And if you are doing that, go ahead and hit me a hashtag live in the chat. And you can join us in studio at meetin, meetn.com/launchcart. I'm going to put that in the chat here. meetin.com/launchcart. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight that. There you go. So you can join us there. And I see Wayne is in the studio now. So, hey, Wayne, welcome to the studio and to the live for today. If you have a question or if you have come with ads to take a look at, be happy to take a look at those. So our main goal on these live events is to help you master and use launch ads and start to get success with your ads. So Wayne, if you can give me in the chat or if you can go ahead and unmute and let me know, is this your first time here? You've been here before? And if you've run ads or if you'd like help, if you want an overview, just tell me a little bit because you get to guide the conversation being the first guest in today. So I would just wait for your answer. And again, if anybody is watching on YouTube or Facebook, Give me a hashtag live in the chat so I know you're here. And we will get started with whatever is most effective for whoever is here today. Happy New Year, by the way, everybody. This is my first time back. Been here before, just here to learn. Okay, Wayne, thanks. It's my first time back for this year, and I know that Greg had a live last week. A few of you might have been here, but I will run through a demo if I need to. I'm just going to, again, give it a couple of minutes. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and test my sharing screen here to make sure we're good to go. So I'll do share screen. Not that one. I'm going to do this one. So real quick review. For some of you, you get into launch ads and then you forget where the help is. So the first thing I'm going to do today is remind you of a couple of places where you can get help. And one of them is here at help.launchcart.com. And I've gone directly into the launchads.ai. So we've got best practices, creating ad accounts, using AI ads. We got a lot of stuff that's in here, white label launchads.ai. So make sure you check those things out when you're trying to figure out how to use it. Let's go back to launch ads. And we're going to go through this in just a minute. But there are also, I'm going to click this here where it says help. And this is going to show us the AI Ads Help Center. There are several articles in here on setting up ad accounts. You can see there at the top, Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, Snapchat. We could look at that, or there are categories for Quick Start. Again, Quick Start guide for each of the ads, as well as other options. Let's see what else we got here. We've got onboarding Quick Start. Oh, there's more articles there. Campaigns 101. This is all about how you're going to run Google ads, how you're going to run Facebook ads and everything. And so a ton of help. Pixel 101. A lot of people say, how do I set up my pixels? How do I connect them to my pages? Again, there's help right here. There's a what's new section, and there is Facebook and Instagram ads specific. Look at that. So these are a couple of places where you can go to get help when you're trying to figure out how to use, or if you run into an issue. So also, let me do this. You can also, when you're in here, click on this little bubble.
Hello, how can I assist you today? Welcome to your
She comes up
assistant.
with her
How can I
voice.
help you?
Can
Ask me
turn
anything.
that voice off. And you can ask for AI assistance. You can also click the yellow or gold bubble and ask your questions inside for help there. So just a couple of places so you're aware when you're starting to use it and you need help. Those are places to go. Plus, you can go to the YouTube channel. Let me find that one as well. youtube.com/launchcart. This is the YouTube channel. I'm going to share this tab. So youtube.com/launchcart. And you'll see all the lives there. You can see right there. All the live video training videos are there. Plus, you've got lots of other things. But you want to make sure you go into the YouTube channel as well to watch any replays. Which reminds me, I've got to hit record. So we make sure we have a recording of this. So January 9 launch ads Q&A, and I'm going to hit start recording on that. Okay, so we got a recording. We're streaming. We're on YouTube. Again, give me a hashtag live if you're in watching on YouTube or Facebook. And other than that, I think I'm going to launch into a demo of start to finish, how you're going to get set up, how you're going to run your ad, how you're going to get it set up, connect your ad account, and run your first ad. So let's do that. And again, if somebody pops in here and has a question or a comment, make sure you let me know. All right. So let's do share screen. We're going to go back to launch ads. I'm just going to do this real quick. So you're going to log in at crm.launchcart.com. And then you're going to go down here on the left and you're going to click launchads.ai. The first time you come in, you're going to have to put your name and a little bit of information about your business. And then after that, you're just going to click this and it's going to bring you right to this page where you can run ads. I'm going to minimize this menu on the left. That's why if it looks different, that's because I'm minimizing the menu just to give us full screen for our own purposes today. Let's start with setup. When you come into launch ads for the first time, or maybe you haven't been in a while and you want to check this, we're going to go over here to the first button. We can actually work our way across as you see the top here. So we're going to click on brand. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on one of the connected accounts. We're going to click on Google, TikTok, Snapchat, Meta. And when we click on it, it's going to ask for connection privileges. So essentially what you want to do is you want to be logged into your Facebook account. And when you're logged into your Facebook account, you come back here, you click connect, you click the button to add your connection, and it will automatically authorize so that launch ads can connect to your Facebook system. And when you do that, it's going to ask you what page you're advertising for. And beyond that, it's going to ask you what ad account, if you have multiple ad accounts. So you'll have a couple of things to select. And once you do that, you'll be connected like it says here. And then again, the same, very similar process for each one of the social media platforms. So you're just going to click on it, connect, and you've got yourself ready to go. Before you leave here, though, you also want to click on social media. There's a different kind of connection that lets you just post Facebook posts, reels. So you can take the same tools that are in launch ads that you're using for creating ads, AI-based ad creation, AI-based images, videos, and you can use those to create posts and schedule them. So the two areas here, connected accounts, you have advertising, and then social media. Just remember, you have to use it. You have to do a different connection for that because it has a different area that it's connecting to in Facebook. So once you've got those things connected, you can move on to the next section, which is brand info. And in brand info, you're going to go into your website and you're going to start to gather information about your business, your website URL. So this is a little store that we have set up to sell blankets and pillows and throws that are used in hotels. So I'm just going to put in the website URL and click get data from the website. You can do that. If you're following along, you can just go do that. And what it's going to do is it's going to go find the name of your store. It's going to find the industry. It's going to get a quick description based on your website of what the product is or what the store is or what the platform is that we're advertising for. And then you can upload a logo. Obviously, I don't have one here. You can add your primary and secondary colors. Make sure you go down here. What are your top 2 goals to achieve right now? And you can go and select a couple or just click all. That way you have some goals selected. It won't let you continue because it's a required field. So make sure you go down and you click on a couple of those. And you don't have to put your phone number in. You don't have to put your location in. Again, if you're a local business, obviously you want your location in. But other than that, if you're just advertising worldwide or you're running ads for a particular region, you can put it in here. You don't have to. So we're going to, once we get that finished and it is updated, we have everything set up, we're going to go to the next section, which is brand voice. In the brand voice, we're going to have a description. If you've worked, most of you have worked with AI in some level at this point. So you know that prompt is critical. How we prompt AI is critical for what kind of content we're going to get back. Garbage in, garbage out is still a principle for AI. So we want to make sure we're telling AI to speak the way we want AI to speak. We want to run ads. We're either very, sarcastic, or we're either very funny, or we're very straightforward. We're businesslike. We're professional. All of those types of things. And if you haven't done some pre-work on that, it's not a bad idea to go into ChatGPT or to use, there are a ton of tools out there that will help you determine your brand voice. But you can basically plug that in right here, and that becomes then the help that this AI system needs to make sure they're writing ads for you the way you want them to. You can leave it as is, or you can click generate for me and just start with what it has, and you can tune that later. Eventually, you might say things like, never use emojis, right? Or you can add to it as you go along, but let's add that one, maybe in there already, but we'll just add that one. And that's our brand voice. That's just to prompt the AI machine. And then the third section is products and services. Now, depending on what you're selling, depending on your website, this may populate with a whole bunch of things, or it may not populate with much. As an example is if you have a website, let's go to kevinstrightonline.com. I'm just going to share this tab. All right. So if this were the website I was using, people come to it and they basically see two products here, Client Connect Central and Discover Business Builders. What the system will do is find those two products and attempt to generate these cards we're going to look at for me. If you have, on the other hand, a store that you're using, it'll go through your store and find the products. Let's go back to. By the way, I see people have joined. I'm just running down through this. Phil, Henrietta, Minerva, William, thanks for coming. I'm running through my top to bottom demo. Set up your account and run ads. If you have a question or a comment, you are free to unmute, share camera, and we can talk about some specifics. But I'll finish this demo up, and then we can come back for questions. So let's go here, and let's share this tab. So this is where we were. We were on products and services. So this is set up now for Rosalind's Home, this store that sells blankets, pillows, and throws. And we could, if nothing shows up here, we can click add from website, and this will let me put in the URL and click get data from website. That's going to go through the process I just showed you. It's going to go through the website, find products, and create these little tabs that you're going to be able to use later. Essentially, the purpose for these items is for quick ad creation. So you can come into launch ads and you say, today I'm gonna advertise the baby cable, and the details are already there for that product. It's already been pulled from your site. You don't have to type it in every time. And that's essentially what we're doing here. If nothing shows up and you do have products, or you just want to advertise something about your brand, your website, you can generate new ones using AI, or you can manually add products to your services. This is all the background getting ready to run ads. Now, you can skip things like brand voice, products and services, and even brand info if you want to, but you're going to make your process quicker and easier if you go through these steps. What you can't skip if you want to run ads is connected accounts, because obviously we need to be able to connect to one of your ad accounts for one of your platforms in order to submit the ad to those platforms. So that is how we do the basic setup. And we're going to move on to advertise, but I am going to just stop for a second and say any questions on those things before we move on. Give you guys a chance to hop in here.
Hello,
hey, Phil.
Kevin, Happy New Year to you. Good to see you.
Happy New Year.
Same to you. I have questions not relating to this, something that I've spotted on my account. I launched a new campaign yesterday, so we could have a look at that, but there's nothing really showing because it's less than 24 hours, probably 22 hours since I launched it.
We'll take a look at it. Yeah.
So when you've finished, we'll have a quick look at that. And then I've got an issue with creators being created, not showing in the creative library. And I'm missing something somewhere.
Yeah.
I can only see the assets I've created in the campaign.
Right.
And so I must be missing something. So yeah, when you're finished doing what you're doing, then I won't mind having a quick look at that if you don't mind.
Absolutely. Would love to take a look at it. Anybody else want to hop on the get in line before we keep moving? If not, we'll just keep going in the demo. All right, let's just keep moving. So share screen, back to our launch cart, share. All right. So we've set up the background. We've gotten ourselves ready, and we're going to go now, and we're going to say, let's run an ad on Meta. So we're going to click Meta, and the first thing we're going to do is choose what type of ad are we generating. So at the very top, I'm going to actually minimize these so we can see the steps. We've got generate, we've got creatives, we've got targeting, we've got website, and we've got budget. And we're going to walk down through those. But as you can see at the top, this first one is generate. So let's open that up and click the pencil at the top, or we can click the pencil here. Brings us to the same place. So we have multiple types of ads that we can run. We can run ads that are meant to drive leads. These leads would be if you were running a Facebook ad and you want to collect leads directly in Facebook. This is going to use a Facebook form to do that. This one will let people call you, and this one will let people message you. So you've got message ads, phone call ads, and collecting leads in Facebook. So it's really important to remember that when you are using drive leads, you're not using your own landing page and your own forms. You're actually collecting those leads inside of Facebook using Facebook leads forms. So the second area is website actions. We can send people to your website. We can promote products from your catalog. We can generate sales. So if the purpose of the ad is to just generate interest to send people, you might do a conversion ad, which means they come and they may fill out a form, but you want to drive people that are going to be more likely to purchase or convert. Conversion ads, sales ads, both require, you can see here, pixels. And then at the bottom, you select the pixel and you select the conversion type that you're looking for. So these are the types of ads we can use. I'm going to use conversion ad. I'm going to say that they fill out a contact form on this conversion ad. You can also, the third one is build awareness. So you're just trying to get views of a video, maximum reach, boost a post that you've already put in your Facebook, on your Facebook page, and so on. So I'm going to go back to website actions. I'm going to choose conversion, and we're going to go down here again. I think we should say contact. So that says they fill out the contact form, and we'll save that. So we've chosen what our goal is. The second thing to generate this ad we're going to do is this is where we can drop this down. And remember, when we did setup, it went out and found all the different products. So you can see all the different products. And by the way, these have some old products in there that I haven't removed, but all these at the top are products within the Rosalind's Home store. So that's why we can just go in here quickly, click one, and it's going to automatically give us everything we had set up for that. So you can see it's a soft little cable knit baby blanket. And then we have what's called raw assets. Raw assets, I'm going to hover over this, are unbranded assets. They don't have any text on them. They don't have any, they could have a logo on them potentially, but it says right here, if you have something on the image already, it can conflict with the asset, the image, the creative that the AI is going to build for us. So if you look over on the right as an example, you see where it says cozy knits for your little one. This was a graphic, a creative that was created by this AI system, by Launchads. And it was taken from these raw images that you can see. I have 4 of them selected down here. I've got this one that's landscape and this one that's square. And I've just got 4 different images down here. So what I've done is I've said to Launchads, here are some images of my product. Take that image and generate some creatives for me. And so that's what we would add here to raw assets. Now, if you have your own creatives, you don't want Launch Ads to do any generating for you. You literally can just uncheck these things and skip this generate section so that we're not actually going to use the generate as part of the process. So essentially, generate is going to help us by taking the product information. Sorry, let me go back. I was wrong on that. Don't skip the generate. Just uncheck these. We don't want to create any creatives or audience or ad copy. So in this case, let's say we do want ad copy and we do want it to work on our audience for us. So this is where you choose how much is getting generated by the AI. So let's do that. And let's say we already have our creatives. If we did generate creatives, we can come back to that. So let's click generate. What it's going to do is go to our website. It's going to go back through understanding the business, understanding the targeting, understanding the copy, creating it, and then we're going to have something that we can work with once that gets completed. All right, so you can see over on the right-hand side, we have some ads that are happening. Now, you'll notice that we just have plain images, which isn't a terrible thing for what we're advertising. We don't have any additional graphics. What do we want to do if we want to use graphics that are already created or graphics that we have uploaded? So right now we have 4 out of 10 images and videos selected. What we're going to do is we're going to go select from library. And now we have images that have already been created, graphics that have, I've got some memes in here and I've got some graphics. I did some Christmas stuff over the Christmas season with product placement. So we can go to our library. We can go to the website and pull from what's out there on the website. We can use stock images where we do a little search here and say baby. I'm just going to say baby. And we got this little baby here. We could use that as one of our images. You can go to Instagram, which would be your Instagram account, and get images from your Meta accounts. And then we got all of these options at the bottom, which is a smart creative generated with AI. We've got text to image, product shot. I'm not going to go through all of those because I'm trying to just get to running the ads. But one more thing before we leave this area. Now I'm on images. I can also go to videos, and now I have a few more options, including AI avatar down here at the bottom, which lets us create an AI avatar speaking over our images. For now, I'm going to just go with what we have. So we're going to begin now to look at copy. These are the primary texts that it created for us. And by the way, my instruction in there to not use emojis did not take effect. I need to go back and fix that if I don't want emojis. But here are the primary texts. The primary texts show up here at the top of your ad. This is like a post. So here you can see this one is wrap your little bundle of joy in the ultimate warmth and style. And this one is wrap the same thing, the same text, but it's got a different image. And then we have headlines. Again, different headlines, 4 different headlines, 4 different primary texts. This is all done by AI. I didn't put anything in except this is my product and gave it a couple of images. But what Launch Ads is going to do now for you, the power of Launch Ads is if I click click add combinations, you can see the number of creatives that it is putting together to run as ads. So we've got 16 different types of ads here. We got 16 more. And then we've got in story. We don't have anything because we don't have a video. So this is what Launch Ads is doing. It's creating all of these different ads that it's going to start running for us. And once they start running, it's going to start managing them and making sure that the ones that are working are getting the attention. We have targeting. We can choose topics. We can let the system choose our audience for us. We can limit that by clicking on edit targeting, and it's kind of like walking through it in Meta as you would have used it previously. And then we choose the website. This is where we're sending people when they click on the button. This one happens to be an ugly link. I'd make that look a bit nicer before I sent people to it. But this would be directly to the product that we're advertising. We choose our budget, $5 a day. And remember that $5, $15, $20, $100, whatever you're spending, that's going to be split over all of these different ads that Launch Ads has created. And over the process, Phil already said early, he's only been running it for 24 hours, so there's not a lot of data to look at. But we're going to look at his ad and how we can begin to manage what is being run, what's working, what's not working, and let the system learn from that so it optimizes our ads. I'm going to say that's all we want to do here. We can go down and we can name the ad, name the campaign, I should say. And this would be when you start running more and more ads, you want to start getting a convention where you name your ad. Is it a conversion ad? Is it a video or image? Is it for a particular time frame? Whatever you need to do to put in here so you can delineate between your ads. Once we do that, we have two options. We can drop this down here and we can save it or schedule it. And once we schedule it, we submit it to Facebook. And then from there on, Facebook's Meta's platform is going to take our ad and determine whether it's approved. Once it's approved, it starts running. And then we get to the good part of watching statistics. And that is it. Step by step. Create your brand. Come over here to Meta. Start your ad. And you have begun your process with Launch Ads in earnest. All right. That's it. That's my demo. If you have any questions on that, pop them in the chat or unmute. Phil, let's take a look at your ads. Let's look at what you were talking about. If you're still there, if you're available.
I'm still here. Yeah. Thanks, Kevin.
You're welcome.
Right. Can I share my screen? Yeah. Where do I do that? There we go. Share screen. Entire screen. Do this one. Yeah. Is that showing up?
Yep. We got it.
Right. So I started. Yeah. I mean, you know what I'm doing, Kevin, in so much as everyone. I'm not. What I've done now is I've done a pocket offer following the pocket offer system that Greg, that I got from Greg, and it's just taken them to this single page. So rather than promoting the video testimonials, I've put together a social proof toolkit, which is a number of modules, a number of files there, and a very simple page, a little video from me at the end there, and then it's a one-time payment, $19.
Nice.
And that kind of gets them into the funnel relating to once they've got that, and after the 7 days they've tried this all out, it gets them into the funnel of the video testimonial package.
Perfect.
So what I've actually done is created 10, I'm going to say 10 assets, 7 AI avatars and 3 image ads.
Wow.
And this was launched, less than 24 hours. I think I clicked the button possibly, it's probably 24 hours ago now.
Yeah.
And I'm doing, I mean, I'm on pounds rather than dollars, but £5 a day. So I want, one question I have is, how would I increase that if I wanted to?
Yep.
And this is kind of what the analytics are showing so far. Everything is still in learning mode. Kind of when I go on to the optimization,
it's still learning.
It's learning and evaluation, day 2 optimization. And if you look at this, I don't know. It's these metrics I'm not 100% sure on, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
But kind of, there seems to be one headline, which is kind of dominating.
Yep.
Same with the images. So in other words, it seems to be showing if we look at overall, I've kind of had about 1,200 impressions, and kind of the vast majority are coming through one image. And if you look at the videos, and there's 7 there, they don't seem to be showing the videos. And I don't know whether that's just it's still in the learning phase, but it's only gone 6 impressions, and you know what I mean. So that's kind of just still learning. It's all still learning.
Yeah.
But where I was kind of coming from here is the only way to get into, if I go on to edits, and I've kind of got to edit then the creatives, not that I'm not going to touch anything.
Yeah.
But these are kind of the videos that I've done. I've used different templates. I've got male and female, the 20 to 30 seconds long. And these are kind of the ads that I'm doing.
Yeah, we don't have your audio, which is fine. That's fine. We kind of get the idea, but yeah.
Yeah. So
those look great, by the way.
Really,
they look great.
Well, it's taken me 4 days to do these, because I was obviously, you get 3 options a day, don't you? Do you know what I mean?
So for everybody who's watching, what Phil's saying is, when you're creating these AI avatar, so I just want to make sure you're not concerned. When you create AI avatar videos, you get to create 3 a day. But other than that, you can create lots of ads. You can create any number of ads, but it's the AI avatar videos that he's talking about.
And so so that the page was finished last weekend, and then I've spent like 3 or 4 days getting what I would consider to be AI avatar ads that I think look okay. Do you know what I mean? And testing voices and the different templates and things.
Yeah.
So it's just a case really of waiting and seeing, I think, in so much as where we're going from. But where the question, like the 2 questions I have is, how would I increase the amount per day? Because I can't see anything in the options to actually do that.
Yeah. So scroll down to the bottom here. And okay, I see you don't have okay, let's go back up to update your ads. Click the back arrow there. Yeah. Because that's where it has always been. Let's see. Yeah, that would be campaign settings. Okay, so you're on ad set settings right now. Go to the top, and you see the 2 buttons. Click on campaign settings. Yeah. Now you see the budget.
Yeah. So I can actually change because I'm just targeting USA here. So and really that showed that for me, because I've taken the word video out of everything. So there's nothing relating to promoting video testimonials within this. So I can just change the budget. So I want to try and do that.
Yeah.
And just see how it goes. Update budget. So I'm happy with that. But where I was kind of coming from here, so that's the one thing. But then the other thing is that if I go into the Creative Hub, and look at my library, all those assets that I created for this campaign are not here. And it's a case of, how do I get them into my library, or can I not?
Yeah, no, you've got a great question, and I've run into this myself. So when you do video social proof, what's inside of that video social proof? Is that your ad?
This was the original one that I did in November.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
So that's an old one. I don't even know how I got them in there anyway.
Yeah.
So basically what I've done now is, so I thought, well, I'll get all these in the library. So I've now created a new folder for the social proof toolkit. That there is an image, because I've given it an image. But when I click in here, there is nothing. In case I want to use anything again, or you know what I mean? And it's a case of, well, how can I get them in there, or can I not?
Yeah, it's a great question. So let's go into your ad. And let's just go into the edit. Yeah. And what we're going to do is
being slow.
What we're going to do is wait. Wow.
It's not normally this slow.
No. Yeah, you can click out of it and back into it, see if that helps.
Let me try this one.
Yeah, that's unfortunately we got it. That's where I wanted to go. Okay.
Back.
So let's go down and click on the inside there. Click on the media. Yeah.
On this one, creative.
Yeah. And let's go over to the add combinations. Select from library. All right, so now they all show up. Yeah, this I've had the same thing, and I feel like I've solved it, but I haven't. Click on videos. Let's go click on one of them. Click on one of your ones that you would want to save.
Let's say, for example, see the other. Let me just explain something here. Is what I did. I used VO3 to create some B-roll. So them 5 videos there, the 19x6, the 16x9,
right?
Videos that I've uploaded.
Yep.
So let me just kind of click that one for example. You can't select, but yeah. So it's that now kind of. This is kind of where I'm selecting it to add into the into the campaign, which obviously
click on one of the ones down below that you have. Yeah, just click on the that. And so the only thing you could do here is click the 3 dots and download it. That would actually just put it on your hard drive. Greg, welcome to the show today. We are talking. Phil is talking about, maybe you've run into this as well, but he created a bunch of UGC videos, and they're now up and running in an ad. But what we can't do is we can't find them in his. Go back, Phil, to go back to your Creative Hub.
So if I go,
they're not in his. They're not in his library. Go back to generate. Creative assets. So we can't find the actual videos that he created already. Yeah, this is just where you go and create them again. What do you say, Greg? I see you're unmuted, but we can't hear you. I don't know if you're, and I can't see you because I'm looking at his screen. Let's do this. Gallery. Oh, Greg, I see. We can't see you either. We got a black screen for you, and we can't see you, and we can't hear you. Yeah, I've got the same thing actually, Phil. We may need to look into, like, I just went into my library and none of mine are there.
The top 4, the first 2. In fact, I think maybe I didn't do that. So these are what I've used. These are what I've created, and these are what I'm using.
Yeah.
But they're not showing up in my
your
library.
creative.
Actually, when I go on to these, then I can download and things like this. But I don't want to download them. You know, in fact, I have done and posted them as posts on one of my social media pages, but there's just no way of and I just don't know how to get them into my library if I can.
So that's what I'm saying. When I go to my own account and click on my library, mine are not there either. So what I'm wondering is, did you create this? This is what I'm wondering if we might be learning here. Did you create these in the ad creation process, or did you create them in the creative?
So I didn't create these separately. I created them in the ad creation process rather than created them separately and added them to my library.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go create an ad image.
You want me to stop sharing?
Sure. Yeah. Let's do that. And I'll share screen again because I think that might be the issue. Let's go. So I'm in Creative Hub. I'm not in an actual ad. I'm in Creative Hub. I'm going to go to Creative Assets, and for speed, I'm just going to do a ad image, and we've got a Smart Creative here. Let's go. Let's just go generate more. I'm not sure what these are. Suggested all assets. Okay, here we go. So we're going to do all brand info, generate or select up to 5 images. Let's go grab a couple of my images that I already have out here just for speed again. And we're going to use those. Click next. And website is Rosalind's home. Click next. Okay, so this is, it's got my, you would go through the process of descriptions and all that good stuff. We're skipping all that. We're just going to do create. So now let's see if this stores it in my Creative Hub, which is really unfortunate, I think, if that's the deal, because now we'll go get out of here. We're going to go to Creative Hub. We're going to go to my library. Nope, they don't show up there. Maybe I didn't save it. Yeah, it didn't save it. All right, let me do it again. Maybe I didn't select the ones. I should have selected them. Yeah. So we'll just grab this one. All right, we're adding that one, this one, this one. I'm just picking 5 here. Up to 50. And this shows over here on the left that these are the selected images. And all right, enter creative name. All right, so this is example for January 9 and save. See, I don't remember this. Now they're showing up.
Yeah.
So it looks to me like, yeah, they're here. And that looks like when you're going to Creative Hub, when you want to reuse assets, you probably should create them in Creative Hub instead of what I've always done, the same thing as you've done. And I've done them over here in the advertising section, which apparently just saves them in that area. I would say that's something we should talk to our developers and see if we can. It makes a lot of sense to be able, if you get one that works.
No matter where you're creating the creatives, in theory, they should all jump into the library, shouldn't they?
Yeah, I agree. So, we'll put that request in and see if we can get some movement on that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all I wanted to do. Yeah. I'm just interested to see whether
Hey, do me a favor, Phil. I'd like to see a couple of your videos. Do a share screen again and make sure you on the way in you have an option that says also share tab audio. Yeah. Do that. I'd like to see a couple of your UGC videos.
Share system audio. There we go. Is it showing up?
Yeah. Yep.
Click on. I've got to look at the edits. We had this last time.
Yeah, we got to go through finding them. Go back. Do me a favor before we do this. Go back to your Creative Hub. Just click on the top on Creative Hub. Yeah. My library. What's that at the bottom? Video social proof.
That was when I first started doing this, and I didn't know what I was doing.
Oh, okay. So that's something you created here a while ago.
Gotcha. I created, and this was October or November.
Gotcha.
And yes, I generated those within.
Oh yeah, I remember.
First before I did the ad.
Yeah. I remember.
Okay. But kind of now I kind of a little bit more confidence on what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Then I thought, well, I'll just do it this, and you can create the assets through the campaign, and that's kind of what I did.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go have a look at one.
Another question, just while we're waiting for this to kind of pop up, is there any value in having the difference between a plain image for an image ad or some text on it?
It's all testing. I mean, Greg might tell you something different, but I mean, the value comes when you try it and it works.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I'm having.
We got you now, Greg.
Well, I'm on my phone. I'm getting a massive echo.
Honestly, asking
for the audio.
Don't you show this?
Or for speaking.
You sound okay to us, Greg. You sound okay to us, but yeah, you're probably getting like feedback from your both systems. Try muting your phone, or not muting. Turn the audio down on it.
I did.
Oh, yeah.
I don't get it. And is my camera?
Oh, by the way, Greg, I think your mic was working. When you moved it, I thought I heard you bump it. Check your mic on your computer there.
Test.
Yeah, just bump it a couple times. No, it's not working. Darn.
No, I literally have 4 microphones. I just tested all of them, and I rebooted the computer, and it's not working. So bizarre.
So bizarre. I wanted Phil to play a couple UGC videos for us here. So, Phil, go ahead and click on one of those. Let's have a look at it.
It felt awkward to me. I didn't want to sound pushy or uncomfortable. What changed everything was having a simple system to follow. Clear scripts, thoughtful follow-ups, and a straightforward plan. Once I stopped guessing what to say, the testimonial started coming naturally. And that made a real difference to how people trusted my business.
Nice.
That is not a good one for me. I was just throwing it in there because there's no call to action, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
This was
honestly, asking clients for reviews always felt awkward to me. Not because the work wasn't good, but because I didn't want to make it uncomfortable. Having a simple system changed everything. Knowing what to say and how to follow up properly. Once I stopped guessing, the testimonials came naturally, and people trusted my business. Grab the Social Proof Toolkit and let your customers show what you do best.
Nice. He's doing a pocket offer, Greg.
So that one is, and then this one was
honestly, asking clients for reviews always made me cringe. Not because the work wasn't good, but because I didn't want to sound pushy or awkward. What changed everything was having a simple system to follow. Clear scripts, thoughtful follow-ups, and a plan that actually makes sense. Once I stopped guessing what to say, the testimonial started coming naturally, and people trusted my business. Grab the Social Proof Toolkit and let your customers show what you do best.
What's the hook on this, Phil? What's the at the beginning of this? I can't see your line at the top, but why would somebody stop the scroll on this?
Good idea. Good.
Honestly, asking clients for reviews always made me cringe. Not because
okay, so that's a probably a pain point.
But is it unusual or too early to even give an answer on why, like, out of the let's just go back into those analytics.
Greg, I muted your phone because it was feeding back. Just so you know.
Is it unusual, or is it just part and parcel that of the 1256 reach at this moment, like 1100 of those or 1200 of those are the text ads and not the video ads?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Again, Greg's got more experience with that, so we'll see if he can get his mic working to answer. But Number one, I think, you know, you got 24 hours. So you got to give it more time, but it's really,
absolutely.
You got 1,100 people that have seen it. But I think if you go look at your optimization, what they've seen is the text. That's what you're saying. They've seen the.
That's right. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. In so much as if you look at the, so I've had a 1260 reach.
Yeah.
But it's kind of
Yeah, that one there has
1162
the
of
most.
that.
By the way, you can hover
Yeah.
over that on the left, Phil. If you hover your mouse over it, over the text, yeah, it'll show you which one's working.
Yeah.
But even
and
so,
that's kind of what
that one's got a reach of 1162, but your CTR is just 0.57. So
yeah, and it's whether or not I would be better having for the image ads having some actual text on there,
right?
Because otherwise,
right? Yeah, I mean, obviously the image is just okay. There's a woman that doesn't
says nothing, does it?
Yeah, it doesn't say anything.
And then so on the videos, if you look at the reach, there's the top 4 there. There's just nothing. So I've got one there.
What's your target audience?
There. I've just put it business owners. No, it's not. And the AI has come up with. I presume if I go on to the edit, I can just see if I can remember.
Yeah.
So I need to click on campaign settings.
Yeah. No, it was there on the ad. Just go back to the ad settings, and targeting is the first one. Just needs to be dropped down. Yeah. So we're doing small business owners, Facebook page admins. Yeah, business page admins.
Yeah, that's like a typical audience that it picks for business type stuff, right? Business owners and CEOs. And there's a lot of audiences there, and it's a huge audience. And, you know, it's being recommended a lot. Part of me, I've been testing one audience at a time, and I've been testing, you know, limiting that a little bit more. I've got something else I'm working on. It's going to kind of change the game as far as what we're doing with custom audiences. But
nice.
Can I see the landing page again?
What I've done on this though is there's a pixel on this, and I've done it on sales. So I presume I presume that's something that I would be able to do a retargeting campaign, maybe in a couple of weeks or something like this.
Yeah. Yeah. Put that link in the chat for me, would you?
Say that again, sorry.
Put the link in the chat for me, the link to the website. And I don't know why my video is not working. My video shows on my side it's working. It's bizarre.
Hmm.
And did you guys figure out the thing about the UGC videos? You couldn't find them?
What we figured out was if you don't create it, and unless you tell us differently, if you don't create it through the Creative Hub, it doesn't stay in the Creative Hub. In other words, if you create it in your ads directly, then it's not available when you come back to your Creative Hub. It doesn't say.
I've never created anything in the Creative Hub. I've never even used it. So you could be true. That sounds logical a little bit to me. And whenever I want to reuse a video on another ad, I typically go to my existing media content in Facebook or Instagram, and I see it there because, you know, I've played with the UGC creator so many times. I have so many UGCs in there that I never want to use.
Yeah.
And we don't have a delete function. So it's like trying to find them in there is even maddening as well.
But do you download them and then re-upload them? Is that what you do with them, or do you just?
Well, I typically do download them because I don't like the captions they put on it.
Yeah.
And then I'll go into my Descript and put on my own captions.
Gotcha.
And then I'll also use it as social media and post it out to a whole bunch of different places too.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
But
right.
but then if I'm creating a new ad and I know, and I go back and look at my results going, oh, that one was really doing good. When I go to my video, I guess I could just show you.
Yeah, they show up there, right? So
Yeah,
the
they
ones
show
that
up
you
there.
created in ads, then they are there historically. So
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I've never tried creating them in Creative Hub. That sounds like a good idea though.
it's only a good idea if if they're there when you're creating the ad, and you can pick them really quickly.
Let me share my screen, and I'm going to show you something that kind of really is applicable to what you guys are talking about, and I think it's good for everybody as well. So share screen. Okay, if you guys are not familiar with the Facebook ads library, you can just Google Facebook ads library.
Yeah.
You can search for anyone you want to search for, and it's going to bring them up and bring up their accounts.
Yeah.
So one of my guys that I love watching and following, and I just like this guy a lot, Alex Hormozy. He did $100 million in one day not too long ago, set a world record. And you go and you look at his account. This is showing 210 ads being run right now, right?
Right.
And so you can kind of see the variety, and you can kind of maybe tell some of these are the same, two of the same. They're doing some split testing as well. But I want to show you some ads that I actually, it's kind of funny how I think the internet's listened to me, because I'm like, I'm going to start running ads like this. And all of a sudden I see these, right? I'm like, oh, there you go, right? So he's running ads, and they're just kind of like my precision profit testing ads, but they're just on white text, call out, and let me see if I can get one bigger here. See ad details, right? So here's the hard truth. Investors don't buy businesses they can't survive without the founder. It doesn't matter how much revenue you do. In every decision, the client, so it's got its text, but the image, the scroll stalker, is if you run an academy or a learning platform doing $1 million a year, we want to help you scale.
Mm-hmm.
There's your call out, right? That's your dog whistle, your call out, whatever you want to call it. Academy or learning platform, $1 million a year, right? Really simple. Anybody can make ads like this, right? Oops, I didn't mean to click that. And this one is, if you're a B2B lead gen agency doing $1 million a year, we want to help you scale, right? Okay. So you get the pattern here, right? If you own a consumer packaged goods company doing $1 million a year, we want to help you scale.
Yeah.
Now, who knows how long these are going to be running? And you can kind of watch these accounts and follow them and see how long they're running. If they run for a long time, they're working, right? If you own a construction supply company so going back to what you were just showing with your ads, how hard is it to create an ad like this, right? And you can see they're bolding the avatar. Construction supply company. I'm talking to construction supply companies, and I guarantee you the targeting for this ad is not going to be CEOs, business owners, and 14 different audiences. It's going to be somehow they're going to tie it to construction somehow, right?
Yeah.
So now you're having one ad targeted to one audience, and he's got pages and pages and pages of them.
Wow.
There's a different one, a different color.
So if I wanted to try that as a test, would I just add another ad set to my existing campaign?
Yes.
Yep.
Right. I might try that.
That's cool, Greg.
And while we're here,
it's cool, and it kind of goes against so many, things that I think it's very simple, but it's extremely focused. I mean, it wasn't random, the words they put on that little slide.
Right. And if I go back to, let me see if I can find it real quick. Look at the split. Was it this one? One of my webinars. Yeah. And remember when I taught my Clarity conversion ads? Same exact concept, except for I put them on these bright yellow backgrounds that basically even are more of a scroll stopper, right? So, and then you go back to true or false, right? I'm working 12 hours a day, and I didn't call out, in this particular example, I didn't call out the attention busy moms or whatever it would be, right? Here I did, attention single moms, true or false regarding your trust. And it's amazing how many clicks you get on these ads that go nowhere. Like when I did these, they didn't go anywhere, right? But then you look at it, 1.65% for number 5, 4.4% for number 9, 64 cents a click for number 5, 26 cents a click for number 9. Right? Then you say, okay, and that's a $56 test. And you okay, which one converted higher? This one did. This one got 26 cents a click. That's 145% click-through rate increase, right? It's a 59% decrease in cost per click. That's massive.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's massive. And so it stopped sharing. Did my screen stop sharing?
No, you were still there.
That's so weird. So I did some numbers the other day. Well, let me go back. I'm going to show you one more thing. Hold on. And then going back to, if you're using our CRM, this is pretty easy to do. If you're not, I don't know how you do it, right? I can't really help you. But if you come in here and I go to, this is another client that I actually run ads for. I only have a couple clients I actually run ads for. And then this particular client, she hired me to build sites and funnels and stuff for her as well. So with this one, I'm doing a split test, right?
Yeah.
And let me blow this up. Plus. Let me see how I can get that. Okay. So you can see I've had a good amount of traffic come, right? 658, 643, right? So it's kind of even. It never's 100%, right?
Right.
18.39%, 16.49. So, okay, so let's just round that. Say that's a 2%. This one's 2% better. 2%. That doesn't sound that good, 2%. But if you take the numbers and you say, okay, on 1,000 clicks, what's 2% of 1,000 clicks? It's 20, right?
Yeah.
So for every 1,000 clicks, I'm getting 20 more leads. Now, this particular one, we're getting name, address, and phone number, and they're downloading a starter kit, a lead magnet. So we're getting a high quality lead. And I'll just go over here to the landing page to show you. So here's the landing page, right? Really beautiful branding, really beautiful look and feel, long form sales page. Get your free trust starter kit. And they click that, name, phone, and primary email. Okay, so that's a really good lead, right?
That's great.
Okay, so now if I get 20 extra leads, and their conversion rate is 10%, that's 2 more sales, right?
Yep.
So that means she'd make an extra $4,000 because her product is like $2,000.
Wow.
So a 2% increase in opt-ins on a 10% conversion is going to increase her revenue by $4,000.
Yeah.
Think about it. Let that sink in, right? This is big, right? And that's at 1,000 clicks. So that means, let's say we're paying $1 a click for easy math. So now that $1 a click, I just got an extra 4 times ROAS on my ad spend by getting that. Now, let's say I'm only closing 5%, one out, not 10%. We're only closing, so that's only 1 sale or 2 sales. I mean, so now it's still, or no, wait, I just lost my math in my brain.
Yeah, so it's 1 sale, not 2 sales.
Yeah, 1 sale. So it's an extra $2,000, which again is a 2x ROAS on my thing by just that 2% increase. So the whole point of that is the reason we split test is that's why. 2% here, 1.5% there, 2% here, 1% there, and we just constantly do it. And I always tell people too, is like until you get where you've had at least 1,000 clicks, it's really not that reliable data. But over 1,000 clicks is pretty reliable, right? So we've got 1,000 clicks. So now it's time for me to turn off the other split test and start a new one. Make note of what the other one was, what I tried, what's going on there. Okay, now what else can I do? What else could I try? And let's try another one for another 1,000 clicks. And then maybe I get another percentage point, or maybe the control keeps working the best. And again, going back to when you're driving clicks, I'm at 18.39%. That doesn't make me happy. I want to get to 30%. So that's why I keep split testing, because it's like I want to get that opt-in page up to 30%. My ads are real clear. We're calling out our target audience. We're telling them it's a free starter kit. Why aren't we getting more? I don't know why, but split testing, trying to figure stuff out. We're going to keep moving down that path. Can you imagine how much more money she'd make if we took it from 18% to 30%?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All righty.
Good stuff. Well, I am going to head out. Greg, I hope
Okay, thank you, sir. As well.
It's been great to have all three of you on here, Greg.
All right, cool. I'll stick around, see if anyone else shows up, and I'll answer a few questions. And I'm going to do another case study. I'm going to show you guys a case study for the Women's Gun Owners Association of America here in a second.
Nice. Great. All right. I'm going to leave you with the recording and the streaming and all that stuff, Greg.
Okay. Thanks, Kevin.
See ya.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, Phil. So I see, or you're the only one left. Everyone else is the only one here. Okay.
Just me and you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where we go. Yeah. So that campaign I only started yesterday. So it's like just 24 hours old. So it's still learning. But I think I'm just going to. I mean now I'm more familiar with how Launchad works. I'm pretty confident on what I'm doing when I'm doing the campaign. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just whether or not, we'll just see whether people buy, because that's I followed the Pocket Offer playbook to create that site, which kind of gets them into paying now, and then they're then into a funnel to actually, once they realise and provided they start using that toolkit, then they'll see the value of getting testimonials and reviews, and it leads them into they're in the funnel to buy the monthly subscription to the video testimonial program system that I've built, and
so I'm gonna do you a favor real quick. So I have all these expensive tools that I've invested in, and I normally charge for this, but you're always here. You're such a good guy. I'm gonna do something for you. Watch this. So I have my landing page audit ChatGTP. We're going to do a level 2 audit. I'm going to take your website and I'm going to put it here. And on this page, are we selling something or giving something away for free? I can't remember.
No, we're selling the toolkit for $19.
Okay, $19 toolkit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a screenshot of your website, just in case the AI can't read your website. So I'm going to go my little tool right here, and it's going to screenshot your entire website. There it is. Now I'll copy that image, and then I will go back over here. So I'm giving it the URL, and I'm giving it that, and this is my special tools that I paid a lot of money for, but I click that, and it's going to do an audit. And it's doing what we call level 2 audit and the rubric overview. And above the fold, the score is a 3. Let me see, can I make this bigger? That's smaller.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
Okay. So it gave us a score of 3. Headline, add clear contrast call to action button immediately visible without scrolling. So the first call to action, see what's inside. A bit too subtle. Anyway, it tells you this stuff, right? Strong use of conventional tone without feeling awkward. That's good. Call to action score 2. Button uses active benefit driven language. Get social proof toolkit. Clear price. Opportunities is add a secondary call to action closer to the top. Consider experimenting with shorter CTA. Get the toolkit now. Grab your copy. Going back to split testing, right? Visual design. 3, clean, uncluttered opportunities, visual of the deliverables, show pictures of the toolkit, the deliverables. So it gives you all. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to go share, and I'm going to go copy. Why did it fail to give me the share link? There we go. Okay, let me put this in the chat. You go in and study what it's telling you to do. Take into consideration, you can do what you can. Because it gave you a score of 24 out of 32 and gave you some stuff. And I promise this stuff can help move the needle. And then you can also just start having a conversation with it and chatting with it and give me more ideas and what could I do for split test. and it'll continue to have a conversation with you and help you give you some ideas to move the needle.
That'd be brilliant. Thanks so much for that. Greatly appreciate it.
Yeah. It's so cool with AI with these tools that people are creating, and then we can, it's like, wow.
Well, it is. I mean, what I did when I built the ad, I actually used ChatGPT because ChatGPT knows about me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd like to think it does. I've been using it now for more than 3 years. It knows me and yeah, that many projects going on and ICPs and brand voices and things like that. That when it came up with when Launch Ads came up with the ads, then I just copied and pasted them down, and it refined them for me based on what it knows what I'm looking at. You know what I mean? So we'll see that on the ads. But yeah, I use ChatGPT. Obviously, I just followed the Pocketbook playbook.
It's good.
Playbook for this.
So this particular GPT was a digital marketer, and they took 15 years of digital marketing courses and split tests and all the stuff they had, and they created their own language learning model. And so it really, the digital marketer, so, it really does a good job. And, and then you can even take, when up here it tells you what it's doing in the audit, you can right here, the level 2 where it tells you what it's doing, you can even copy and paste that and make your own prompt and say, hey, use this type of information to help grade my page and give me ideas what I can do, take on the role of direct response digital marketer. And then you're using the CRM, or what are you using for your landing page? I forget.
For my landing page, I use Lovable, and it's hosted on my own domains.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know how you do a split test with that then. Okay. All right. Well, keep going. Like you said, take that concept of just some, simple ads calling out your ideal customer and what the benefit is. And then, and then, like you said,
when it comes up with score there, what's that score out of? Is it score out of 5, out of 10, or?
It's like I don't remember, to be honest with you. It doesn't even say.
I'm thinking it's out of 5. If you look at the total 24,
I think you're right. I think it's 5 out of 5. Yep.
Yeah.
You had a 2, you had a 3, you had a 4. Yep. But yeah, just create another ad set and throw some different ads in the same ad set, and see what kind of that works too. Give it
one question I asked Kevin, and he said to ask you, and you were on, but I don't know if you were disconnected then. Is of the 1,200 impressions that I've had over the last 24 hours since I run it, then 1,100 or the vast majority, like 95% of them, are for my image ads and not my video ads. Is that just because it's still learning?
No, that's because when it throws it out there and it starts the testing, that's the one that got the most engagement right off the bat.
Right. Okay, so
that kind of goes back to, if you're using the videos, what the hook is, and and again, I use women in my UGC ads, and I can't believe how well they do. It's amazing to me.
Well, I've got 3 of mine are women and 1's a bloke. Do you know what I mean? So, or 4 are women and 2 men. But I've only had kind of 8 or 12 impressions on my video ads, and the rest have been the image.
Gotcha.
And so I'll see where it goes anyway, and just keep it optimized. And I'm just monitoring. I'm not touching it. I'll add another ad set in there, but I'm not optimizing or doing anything for at least a week on that one and see how well we go.
And what's your daily budget?
Pardon?
How much is the daily budget?
I've just increased. I started off at £5. I've just increased it to £10.
Okay, leave it there and let it roll. All right, buddy. I'll let you go. I'm going to get back to work too.
Thanks very much, Greg. Take care. Thanks for your help.
Talk to you later. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.